What's good? My name is Erik. So studies from the Lancet have shown that abortion rate is actually higher in countries where it's banned than in countries where it's allowed. So for all you people screaming, abortion is murder! Banning abortion doesn't create less abortion. It just makes more women get abortions unsafely. And oftentimes, those women die. So not only did these unborn fetuses still not make it to the real world despite your law, now the women die too. Congratulations, you accomplished nothing! So check this out, if you believe abortion is murder, then that means that you believe that a fetus that is still within the womb is just as real and alive as any human walking through the world. Fair enough so far? But check it out. You don't actually think that, and I can prove it. Do you know how many miscarriages happen per year in America? Way more of them than abortions. In fact, 15% of all pregnancies are miscarriages. But I don't see you outside of every emergency room in America demanding the cure for miscarriages so that all of these poor unborn babies stop dying. This is because you don't actually consider unborn fetuses to be equally human. And I know what you're thinking, my dear pro-life friend. Now those are two completely different situations. One is murder and one is an accident. Of course we're gonna come down harder on the murder and not try to cure accidental death. That is false. There are cancer research organizations, AIDS research organizations. There are literally countless organizations solely committed to finding the cure to save all the people that die accidentally every day. But I don't see any pro-lifers donating to the National Cure for Miscarriages Association. And on top of that, if you kill somebody in this country, even accidentally, you go to jail. It's called third-degree murder, but I seriously doubt that any of you pro-life men would want to take your wife to jail for third-degree murder because she had a miscarriage. This is because you don't actually consider unborn fetuses to be equally human. So now that that point's out the way, what's really going on here? You guessed it! Patriarchy! Patriarchy! Patriarchy. So let's take a look at the lovely selection of people that actually voted for the abortion ban. Now, what do they have in common? No way! They're all straight white men. Charity, we are tired of you consistently talking about heteronormative, white supremacist patriarchy. Me too. But yeah, that's cool. Let's not talk about the fact that none of the people making decisions for wombs actually have wombs. That's easy. Let's go deeper. Did you know that 73% of women's reasons for having an abortion is because they could not afford to take care of the child? That means that banning abortion is also classism. Whatever, Charity. Honestly, they could have just used the contraceptive. Over 50% of the women that have had abortions were using contraceptives, and of the ones that weren't, have you seen the side effects for birth control? Excessive bleeding, infertility, ovarian cancer, death. No thank you. But the women will be psychologically damaged as a result. Psychological damage! 95% of women who have had abortions believe that it was the right decision to make, while those who were denied access to abortions tend to have worse psychological outcomes and are significantly more likely to experience extreme poverty. Stop acting like you care about women. Next. Charity, can you imagine the pain that that fetus must feel? Until at least 24 weeks, a fetus cannot feel anything like pain because they do not have the brain connections to do so. Side note, we pull the plug on fully grown, actually born humans every single day, and none of those doctors are going to jail. Charity, that child could have grown up to cure cancer. Yeah, and so could the mother if you weren't forcing her to breed like a cow, pig, or chicken. Charity, I don't want to hear any more of this foolishness. At the end of the day, they could have given that child up to adoption. There is plenty of people that would love to raise a child. Alright, first of all, let's not forget that the fetus must first be carried for 9 months. Now imagine a foreign being that you do not desire to keep inhabiting your body as a host and literally siphoning your food, your energy, and your minerals from the inside. Now then imagine the fact that you very likely cannot continue to work through much of that time, especially if you have a labor-intensive job. Then realize that America has the highest rate of maternal death of any developed country on earth. Would you do all of that to help a stranger? Of course you wouldn't, because you don't even want Mexicans across your borders. You don't even want black boys in your neighborhood. You definitely don't want a being inside of your body for a year and then risk your life and give birth to that being just to help out a stranger. You're not that type of person. Also consider that very many children never end up adopted and then they age out of foster care. And of those that age out, 51% of those children are unemployed within the next 5 years. 43% end up homeless. And 50% of the girls that age out get pregnant, and because you don't want to give them access to abortion, they end up having babies that also get into foster care, and the cycle continues.
Charity, how would you feel if you were aborted?
I wouldn't feel like anything because I would have never known. So to anyone that's watching this that was born instead of being aborted, which is literally everybody who was ever born, I want you to realize that had you not been born, you would have been okay because you would not have known about it. But no, like for real, to everybody watching this, I know that you are grateful that your mother did not abort you. I too am grateful to have been born, but had we been aborted, we would be okay because we would not have known about it. The bottom line is that legally telling people what they can or cannot do with their body is literally what we did in slavery. Punishing people for not adhering to the laws that we created to govern their body is literally what we did in slavery. Women are not slaves. I love you.